Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see the code of single linked list, more specifically the code of insertion. So at the start of the program we have two header files. One is #include stdio.h. So this header file contains some functions like printf, scanf, and the second header file #include stdlib.h. This is standard library. It contains functions like malloc and so on, and in single linked list we use this function. Let us see it in this video. So in this program we are considering a structure. So what is a structure? So structure is a collection of elements of dissimilar data types. So what do you mean by dissimilar data types? Here as we see in the so this is how we declare a structure, and the name of the structure we given it as node. So in the structure we have two things. Here we have int data and struct node star next. So when we write this in the program, what happens is we have something like this. Here we store the data, and here it is star next as we have written. Okay, so what is data? Data is of integer data type. That means here we can store any integers, 1 2 3 so on, anything. And here star next. What is star next? So we know that star indicates it is a pointer, and we are naming the pointer as next. So name of pointer equals to next. So suppose we have something like int star p. So here star indicates that it is a pointer, and the name of the pointer is p, and it is pointing to integer variable. Suppose we have something like character star s. Star s is a pointer variable which is pointing to character. In our program we have struct node star next. That means star next is a pointer which is pointing to a struct node. So as we know that star next is stored in this because we have written it in the code. But what does star next store? It stores the address of struct node. So let us see this with an example. Suppose we have two nodes like this. Here suppose we have 9, the element here is 11. Let's take the address of this node is 100 and the address of this is 200. So the address of the second node is stored in this. When the address is stored here, a link is created between two nodes. That means here the address is pointing to this node. That is what it means star next. A pointer variable stores address of another variable. Here it is storing address of structure, another structure. Okay, so I guess this part is clear for us. And moving on to next, we have this line struct node star head equal to null. So what does this mean? As we have seen earlier, star means a pointer, star head is the name of the pointer variable, and it is pointing to another structure. So we are considering another pointer called as head, and we are initializing it to null. Initially there is no list until we create it. That means it is star head is not pointing to any node. That is why we initialize it with null. Okay, Next, we are calling a function called void insert. That means we are trying to insert elements into the list. So in void insert function, we are passing element as well as the position of that element. So let us now see the main program. Every program starts the execution with the main program. Okay, so we have the void main here, and we are creating three variables called element. So this is an element variable, this is position, and one more is another variable called choice. Okay, let us see why we created these three. In the next line is printf, one is insert, second is exit. So let us see how it looks on the output screen. Suppose this is the output screen. This will be printed, one insert, two exit, and we are entering the while loop. We are creating a while loop. While one, printf this, that means enter your choice. This will be displayed on the output screen. To insert element in our linked list, we press 1, then the control, and then the next line, that is scanf. The choice one will be scanned and it will be stored in choice. That means this one is stored in this variable called choice. So we are performing a switch operation on this. I hope you have learned switch in C language. So choice, we are performing the switch operation on choice. Here choice we entered is 1. So case 1, that means when 1 is entered, the control goes here. In case 1, printf enter element and position. That means in output it will be displayed this way, enter element and position. Okay, and we have to enter the element. Suppose we want to enter element 9 and the position is 1. So both are scanned and stored in element and position respectively. That means this 9 is stored in this variable and 1 is stored in this variable. And next, in insert function, we are sending two variables, that is one is element and position. That means to the insert function we are sending this 9 value as well as the 1 value. 9 is the element and 1 is the position. Okay, now the insert function is called from the main program. This is the insert function. In this, as we have seen, we are passing the element as well as the position of that. So the next line is we are creating another two pointers, that is start temp and start current. And now we are allocating the memory to store this element and position. We use the malloc function here. Malloc function is used to allocate the memory. So a structure will be created like this. Here we have data and here we have next. Here next stores address. Okay, so initially temp of data equals to element. Here we are storing the element. As we have seen, we have taken element as 9, and here in the next we are storing null. Okay, initially when a node is created, we store the data and the next is given as null. So let us see, if the next line is if position equal to 1, we have given the position as 1. Okay, that means the control enters into it because if is satisfied. Okay, temp of next equal to head. Initially the head pointer we have taken it as null. You can rewind the video and see it. And head equals to temp. Okay, so here the temp variable, the temp node is created like this. Here we store 9 and here we have null. Suppose the address is 100. So temp of next equals to head. Here we have stored head is null, so we have stored null here, and head equals to temp. So in head we are storing the address of this temp variable. That means now head is 100. That means now the head pointer is pointing to this node. That means the list is starting from this node. Okay, so now let us see inserting another node. So the second node, the data will take something like 13, and position let us take 2. Okay, so again this insert function is called from the main function, in which the element 13 and the position 2 are passed in it. Okay, again we are creating a temporary node. So now temp node, temp of data is element. That means this 13 is stored here, and here temp of next is null. Here we are storing null. That means we have created a node again. So now the position is 2. We have given it as 2. Let us see the program. If position equal to null, this condition is false. So the control will not enter inside this if condition. Okay, next we'll see the else case. Else int I equal to 1. We are taking a variable called I. We are initializing it with 1. And we are taking another pointer called current, in which we are storing head. Here head is 100. That means in current we are storing 100. Okay, let us see the next line. While I less than position minus 1 and current is not equal to null. I we have taken it as 1. 1 less than position is 2. 2 minus 1, 1. 1 less than 1. It is false. That means this while loop is not satisfying this condition. That is why control will not enter inside. Next we have if condition. If current equal to null. Here we have current value is 100. It is not equal to null, and control won't enter here. So else condition is left out. Okay, in else we have temp of next equal to current of next. We have taken current equal to 100. That means this current is pointing to this node, the first node which we have created. Okay, the temp of next equal to current of next. That means the current of next is stored in temp of next. In current of next we have null. Null is stored here. There is already null here, so it is same. However, and next we have in current of next we are storing temp. This is current. In current of next we are storing temp. That means suppose address of this temp variable, temp node is 200. We are storing this 200 in here. That means the updated list we have here is here 9. Here we are storing 200. Here we have 13 and null. So 200 is pointing here. Address of the first node is 100 and second node is 200. That means a link is created. So the updated list is like this. We have successfully created 2 nodes. So the list we have now is of 2 nodes. Here we have 9, 200, 13 and null. Address of first node is 100. Second node we have taken it as 200. Suppose we want to insert a third node. We have given the element as 30 and position is 3, let us suppose. Again the main function calls this insert function. We are passing the element and position and we are creating a node. So in this node the data 30 is entered. Initially the next is given as null. Temp of next is null. Suppose we take the address is 300. Okay, now the position is given as 3. Is position equal to 1? No, so control does not enter here. We'll take the else condition. We'll again initialize a variable I equal to 1. We'll store head in current pointer. Current equals to head. Head we always had 100. Head is pointing to this. Okay, that means the list is starting from this node. Okay, that means now the current has 100. While I less than position minus 1, I is 1. 1 less than position, we have given it as 3. 3 minus 1. That means 1 is less than 2. This condition is true. That is why the control enters into the while loop. Current equals to current of next. Here the current is pointing to this. Okay, current equal to current of next. That means in current we are storing current of next. This is this line over here. This is the current node. Current of next is 200. That means in current we are storing 200. That means now the current is pointing to this node. The current is pointing to the second node, and we are doing I plus plus. That means I value is initially 1. It is incremented to 2. And now we are again checking the condition. I less than 2. 2 is less than 2. It is false. That means it stops here. Now the current is pointing to the second node. If current equal to null, current is 200, it is not equal to null. That is why control doesn't go inside. It goes to the else condition. In temp of next, we are storing current of next. So this is the temp. In temp of next, we are storing current of next. Current of next is null. Null is stored here. It is already null, so no need to worry. And in current of next, we are storing the temp. We have taken the address is 300. That means this 300 is stored in current of next. So let us see what the updated list looks like. We have the first node. In the second, this is current. In current of next, we are storing temp. That means 300 is stored here. And here the third one, 30 and null. The address of this is 300. The address of this is 200. Address of this is 100. Since 200 is stored here, a link is created between the first node and second node. And since 300 is stored here, a link is created between second node and third node. So this is the single linked list. I hope you have understood the code of single linked list. If you have any doubt regarding this, you can comment. This video is just for the code, and in this video we have completed the code of insertion. In the next video we'll go with the code of display and delete, search, and so on. So keep watching, keep studying. Thank you.